Hope everyone's well. Thank you for joining me in the stream tonight. Tonight I'm going to be talking about delayed games. We know it's a thing. Battlefield 2042 has just announced that they're delaying their game, not for long, and I just wanted to talk about why sort of game developers do this and why, you know, they have to do it and how it comes across with the community. So Battlefield 2042 is delayed. I don't personally think it's a bad thing, in all fairness, because if the game's not ready, then, you know, it's better to delay the game than release the game when it's, you know, full of bugs or just not ready. And I know people will say I'm contradicting myself because, you know, I've been getting a lot of shit for my videos I've been doing on Insurgency Sandstorm and, you know, the fact that they delayed their game. The difference between, for the people who have been having a go on my videos, the difference between Battlefield 2042 being slightly delayed and the Insurgency Sandstorm being delayed is that Battlefield actually let people know what was going on. They told us there was going to be a delay. It's now, I think, the 9th of November it's going to be released, and there's going to be a beta in October now, not September. So we're all disappointed. So the difference is Insurgency Sandstorm advertised this game in 2016. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 2016. People are forgetting this. They said it was going to be released with the game in 2018. It didn't come out. I didn't give them any hassle because, you know, a console port is a completely different beast. So then they promised it in 2019. Then they promised it in 2020, the 25th of August 2020. And within those amounts of times, they didn't really say anything. They went radio silent, and that's why I started calling NWI out. Now, my problem is, and this is why I said at the beginning, you know, or I'll say now, is it's all about the way you go about delaying your game. You can delay a game because you know, it might not just be ready. You've got to do some tweaks, or you know, there's a bug that, you know, that they've come across, and they've got to deal with that before they can release the game. So anyway, the last time that Insurgency Sandstorm was delayed was, like I say, the 25th of August 2020. And from that point, and this is where I'm going to go into doing it the right way and the wrong way. So basically, how you doing, little joker? Nice to see you, mate. What I'm saying is that NWI went completely radio silent. They didn't just do that. What they did is, on their live streams about Insurgency Sandstorm, the PC game, they said basically anyone who talks about Insurgency Sandstorm on the console will be banned from, you know, ever talking on one of their streams again. They threaten them with bans, blocks, mutes, etc., etc. Now, that is a completely wrong way to go about it. And I'll come to the chat soon. Completely the wrong way to go about it. What Battlefield did, and yes, I am a fanboy. I absolutely slated Battlefield 5. I couldn't stand it. I actually sold my game. I got a physical copy of the game. I sold my game. I hated the game, and I let DICE and EA know how I really disliked the game, and it just comes to pass that, you know, not many people like that game. But, you know, they've delayed this game, Battlefield 2042. There's a lot going on in that game as well. It's not your Insurgency Sandstorm, which is, you know, a port from Insurgency Sandstorm PC. This has got Portal. This is going to let you use a logic editor. You know, the maps are much bigger. There's different game modes in it. And there's a lot going on. And apart from being a AAA game, you know, they've got to have it perfectly right. So they've delayed the game there's a lot of people really unhappy. I was unhappy about it, but I'm not going to start whinging about it being delayed, because they've given us a fresh date. They've let us know. They communicated with the community. So we know where we stand. We know what's going on. So I can't fault them for that. And like I say, I slated them for Battlefield 5. I'm just going to get I'm on beer tonight. I'm not on the whiskey tonight. I'm off it because I wasn't well. Not last week, the week before. So I'm having a couple of weeks off my normal whiskey. So I'm going to have a beer. Cheers, everyone. Because I actually treated myself to one of those draft beer machines. I'm really enjoying it. I'm spending a lot of money on the kegs. But anyway, so Battlefield is, is probably 3-4 times the size of the game that Insurgency Sandstorm ever was and ever will be. So I understand why they have delayed the game. And that's one of the reasons. I don't understand why NWI delayed their game, because it's come out now and I don't care what anyone says. People who slag me off, people who hate on my videos, I actually don't care what you're saying. The game is dated. Do we need the game? Yes, we need the game. There's nothing like it on console. I get that. I've said that all along. I will not say I don't think it's dated just because people don't like what I'm saying. The game is dated on PC now, and the graphics are much better on PC, even when they took a lot of things off us. So I'm not going to veer away from that. The game is dated. The experience I had playing it on the console, PS5, was clunky. It was awkward, and the controls were, baffling at some points. So I played it for a short while on the console. So yes, I do have experience of playing it, and I've played it on PC right from the inception of the game. So I do know what I'm talking about. And I think people are forgetting that the videos I made previous to that, and I don't think some of the people that are hating on the videos that I make at the moment know exactly what NWI did, the way they treated the console community. So the way they delayed their game, for me, wasn't right. It just wasn't right. Said they are cancelling, they're not cancelling the game, saying they have took the game off the Xbox store because it was, remember that as well, it was only on the Xbox store, and basically radio silence since then. And I've got to say it, this is why I've never stopped trying to help the console community, and still now I will put my views forward. And I know even some of my subscribers have said, Devlin, it's a decent game. Yes, I totally believe it's a decent game. I still don't think it's worth the money, and I think that people are forgetting how they actually treated you. And you've got to remember, some people have still not got their money back from last year playing that game, pre-ordering that game. And there's some people just recently, because the game was, I think, slightly cheaper last year to buy in the console, there's at least one definite one person that has definitely said they just, in the last couple of weeks, got their refund from last year. And you know why? The reason I think why is because the game is a little bit more expensive. So anyway, we'll go over to the chat. I've had a little rant, and we'll talk about, you know how it works on this channel. I get involved with the subscribers, so, let's go to the chat. So, Does it come on now? Does the mic come back on? Can you just let me know quickly as the mic come back on? Because it went off there. I don't know actually what happened. Yeah, okay, so the mic seems to have come back on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Still on? Yeah, I think I've got it back on. Apologies for that. I really appreciate you hanging about while the actual mic went off. So anyway, let's have a look at what people are saying. Yeah, cheers. I'll have another sip actually. Like I say, I've just recently, if you follow me on Twitter, DevlinTRN at DevlinTRN, then you will see my beer machine that I bought. So anyway, Little Joker said it's kinda the shooter equivalent of GT5. It's the same game that launched a while ago, and you're trying to come up to come at us like this is new and amazing. Yeah, exactly. My problem is with the delay that happened with NWI is the fact that they went radio silent. They basically didn't seem to give a shit. They didn't give a shit about the console community, and it's not pissed me off because I understand, but it's slightly got on my nerves that now people seem to have forgot how they were treated. Yeah, it's a decent game. It is a decent game. It's not worth the money, but it is dated. It's definitely dated. I've stopped playing it now on the PC. I was hoping for something different on the console, but we really didn't get it. And let me tell you something, because it says it's enhanced for the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5. It's actually the same version. It was built for the PS4 and the Xbox One. There's no different. They even say, I forget where I've seen it, but I've seen it. 2022 will be an enhanced version for this generation console. So the people that are playing it on this generation consoles are actually playing the version that was made for the Xbox One and the PS4. So don't fool yourself. Don't give them any gratitude for bringing out a game for a PS5. It actually wasn't designed for that. But obviously they're charging exactly the same price. So anyway, let's have a look. Hi Chris, how you doing, mate? Look, anytime you can come along is brilliant with me. The actual mic went off. I had a little issue with the mic. I think I knocked it and it overloaded the audio interface. So anyway, Battlefield 2042 is delayed. I'm not over worried. I thought something like this might have happened because, again, like Joker was saying before, communication is key. And what Battlefield, DICE and EA were doing was not communicating, and that was an issue. And I know Christy Gaming Zone in the chat there was a little worried about the radio silence, that we were getting nothing off EA and DICE, and that worried me. And then all of a sudden we've got now a delayed game. Delayed, I'm sure, for all good reasons. But the thing, and let me go back, the thing is that they communicated with us. They let us know. I mean, obviously we were all waiting for the beta on the 22nd of this month, so it was really close. I think they probably wanted it to bring it out, and they got to the point that they didn't. And do you know what they should do? I'd be kicking myself in the head if I did this. They should be getting this information out before the leakers. They should be letting us know before the leakers, because all these things seem to come out just after the leakers have started leaking stuff, because we got people saying that, there's going to be a delay. There was rumours the beta was going to be delayed and the game itself was going to be delayed. There was some people saying it was going to be delayed till 2022. I don't think that's the case. We've just got to wait a couple of more weeks. I think it was the 22nd of October it's supposed to come out, and I think it's the 9th of November now it's supposed to come out. But anyway, I'm going to go back to the chat, see what's happening in the chat there. Yeah, the mic actually, Chris was playing up. I don't know what happened. It just went completely off. So I changed it to default and then put it back to what it is now. The way I like it, that it's optimized. So let's have a look. So anyway, radio silence is always problematic. Definitely, Chris. Especially, I think companies like NWI just expect people to play the game, and they are. They're playing it, and the console community now is defending NWI. I think they're actually getting away with it. My problem is, and Chris, that we played the game, but when those servers start getting populated, that's when you'll see the problems, and that's what I think. Fingers crossed that it doesn't happen, but I've got a sneaky feeling that when those servers start getting overpopulated, this is where you'll see the issues with the console edition of the game. Face it, and I can't even play Battlefield 2042 anyway, since I don't have a next-gen console or PC. Not going to buy it on the PS4 since it'll probably look and run like trash. And also, face it, you're still going to be stick with 64 players. You're not going to get the 128 players. And it's such a shame because certain people played in the technical alpha, and you know what, regardless what people say, that was an alpha, and I believe it was an early build. I think this game is going to be something special, Battlefield 2042. Lyrical, honestly, just wait for Battlefield 2042. NWI is just wasting your time. Totally agree with you. You could pay an extra 10 quid from the base copy of Insurgency Sandstorm and buy Battlefield 2042 with Portal, having the experience of all the, some of the previous iterations of Battlefield. Lyrical, totally and utterly agree, mate. Christy Gaming Zone, you know what worries me most. Beta was delayed as well. Yeah, definitely. I think they've give early October as the beta now. Maybe it's the first half of October. I'm not totally sure. November 19 is is it the 19th? Did I say the 9th? Yeah, I thought it was the 9th. November the 19th. Oh, it's less than a month. At least they communicated. People are going to be pissed off. I was unhappy about it. But you know what? It's no big deal. As long as they bring it out as stable as possible. What's worrying me is that, you get so hyped up for a game like Battlefield 4, which I was, and it came out and it was an absolute mess. I mean, it turned out to be my favourite Battlefield game. But what a mess when it first released. It was an absolute dumpster fire. It was trash. But, like I say, it's an absolutely fantastic game now, and it was, after they sorted out the issues, and it is still my favourite Battlefield game. So, let's have a look. Beta for feedback is dead at this point. Yeah, pretty much. And Lyrical, I know it's a long way ahead, but it'd be worth it. I think so. Lyrical, I'm so optimistic for Battlefield 2042. And like I was saying, if anyone's watching the stream and you're not subscribed, subscribe, because I'm giving away a copy of Battlefield 2042 before the game's released, so you can get to play it as and when it is released. So if you want to be in a chance of winning Battlefield 2042, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There'll be one or two other things that I'll need you to do, but I'll tell you that in a couple of weeks. I'm also I'm considering actually streaming when I'm going to do the giveaway. And what I'm going to do, I've got this idea, or what I'm thinking of doing. I might not actually do it this way. I'm thinking of ways I can do it that's a little bit different from other people. Throughout the stream, what I was going to do, I was going to give parts of the code out throughout the stream. So the first few numbers or letters, however the game comes, because it will be a digital download, and like I say, it will be a base copy. So what I was going to do is give the first 4 characters, be it a letter, be it a number, then not even the first ones, but give numbers throughout the stream, and they might not even be in that order. So the people who are watching the stream, and it'll only be subscribers, because you know, I will make sure it's a subscriber that gets the game. So I might actually do just a subscriber stream only, and I'll throughout the stream might make it longer than an hour. I usually do it an hour, but I might you know, put a certain number. Say now I could press my stream deck and give the first sort of set of numbers, not necessarily in order, and then it'd be up to you lot to try and sort of work it out, whatever. But you know, but that might not work, because I might have to get 3 different copies of the game, and maybe as a small YouTube channel might not be able to afford that. But you never know, I might just do that. So I might just either give 1 copy away in the normal generic fashion that people give away games, or I might buy 3. I don't know. I'll have to see how I am, but definitely going to give 1 copy of Battlefield 2042 away. But you have to be subscribed to the channel. I'll let you know how you can win or be in with a chance of winning a copy of that game. So anyway, back to the chat. Right, okay, so why the hell delaying the beta isn't supposed to be for feedback and stuff? Yeah, definitely, it is, Chris. It's supposed to be that, regardless if the game is ready or not. You see, sometimes what's a bit scary is that sometimes companies ask people to beta test a game, and then you pretty much know that that's going to be the game that comes out. I think they're getting away from beta testing. They just get, I would rather they say, look, have a teaser of the game, play it for a bit, this is the game that you're going to get, you're only going to be able to play 1, 2 maps, whatever. But betas for me, like Chris has said there, should be for testing, should be for letting companies like DICE and EA know if there's issues with the game. And I think they should be a lot sort of forward than or back in time before the game is actually released. So, you know, any bugs that are found, they can be rectified before it's released. Little Jog said, same dives take as much as you need, time you need to get it right. I don't want an Anthem version 2. Don't get me wrong, BF 2042 is the most anticipated game of the year, and I want to play it badly. Same here. I played Anthem. Well, actually, me and Chris were invited to, was it the alpha or the beta, Chris? Not overly sure. And we played it. You know, boots on the ground part of the game was pretty decent. You actually got in the water, and we got lost. Me and Chris actually got lost in the water. It was a shame. Anthem, as a game, could have been brilliant. The way it looked was great. The way boots on the ground played, it was okay. It was just other aspects of the game, and it again turned out to be a dumpster fire. But you know, the premises, it could have been a decent game. I don't understand really what happened to it. But yeah, certainly don't want an Anthem 2. Heads up everyone, Tom Henderson right now hosts a giveaway for 10 copies of Battlefield 2042. That's Chris there in the chat. He lost a bet that it would be delayed. So I think he's got a bet with Flakfire as well to give 6 meals away to a homeless person or something. I think I've seen something like that as well. But anyway, yeah, pretty much Devlin's would be a higher chance. Look, I'm giving away at least one copy of Battlefield 2042 if anyone's interested. All you got to do is subscribe. It's as simple as that. Till I tell you one or two things that you might have to do. I might just think, sod it, I'm just going to give it away. But you've definitely got to be a subscriber. Anthem could have been a great Destiny. Hadn't they rushed it? Yeah, definitely, totally agree. It could have been something really, really good because it looks stunning. The game itself looks stunning, and like I said, I don't know if Chris will agree with me, but the boots on the ground aspect of the game was great. You know, it was really interesting. We played it for a short while. But yeah, I definitely don't want something like that again. I really don't know what happened with that. It's as if they just abandoned it. They never tried to fix it, because if you remember No Man's Sky, was it No Man's Sky? Is that the name of the game? I didn't actually play it because that was an absolute mess when it came out, and apparently it's an absolutely stunning game now. It's something I haven't played. Maybe I'll have to go back and get that and play that. I think it was No Man's Sky, was it? Possibly. So delaying games, you know, if a gaming company has got a good reason to delay a game, then I've no issue with that. I really, really have no problem with that. Communicate with your community. Let people know what's going on. Like DICE and EA have done, even though we're all disappointed. I'm hyped for the game and I want to get on that game as soon as possible. You know, at least they told us, look, we need a few more weeks. They've obviously got the storyboard out. They're obviously slightly behind schedule, and they just want to get this game out, and they don't want a Battlefield 4. And they certainly don't want a Battlefield 5. And I think the content that they've got planned for this game, again, is going to be something special. And I think they've done a very, very clever thing by incorporating previous games in the franchise, so you can mix and match within Portal. And I'm going to try and... even though I've got some experience of logic editors, I'm going to have to sort of reteach myself, see if we can organise something so we can get some sort of hardcore tactical shooter within Portal using a logic editor. There's a little bit of scripting that needs to be done with it, but you know, maybe if I dig my heels in, I'll be able to do it myself. I'm even willing to pay someone to help us out. I wonder if the ISMC guys willing to give me a hand, if they've got any experience with logic editors, because they're the only thing for me as well that kept Insurgency Sandstorm going. So what I found is because I've been calling out NWI for a delayed game, and the game that they've actually got looks dated. I've got an awful lot of flack on pretty much every video I bring out. Even before I started the stream tonight, there was a downvote, but I know exactly who that is because it's someone that I actually know. Actually, just as that happened, I was told who it was. I know who's give the downvote, and they must think I'm mad if they don't know that I do know that. And it's quite a shame, really, because some of the people that come and talk to me, in fact, I won't go there. So anyway, gonna go back to the chat, see what people have been saying. So Anthem sadly gone at this point. The big update got canned in favour of 2042. Yeah, I can't blame him, Chris, in all fairness. Yeah, I really can't blame him. And, you know, I'm happy that they've put everyone onto Battlefield 2042. Because I honestly think if they get this game right with Portal, you know, people who know how to script using logic editors, this game could be very, very, very special. And like I say, if anyone wants to join us, if anyone's buying Battlefield 2042, I'm going to dedicate one video a week I'm going to be doing an awful lot of stuff on Battlefield, and I'd like to get the subs involved, whereas we can do at least one video that involves the subscribers playing Battlefield. Bit of trolling, bit of fun, some tasks that we might do. But if you get in the game, please let me know on the Discord if you are interested in being involved in at least one video a week. So Little Joker, the flying in Anthem was fantastic and could have been an Iron Man sim. The story was trash, no content whatsoever. Big event was a blue filter and wind, and for a looter shooter, it had no loot. Totally agree that the flying was great. Did you actually do any swimming? Because that's where me and Chris came into all the problems. We actually got stuck. I think we were in a cave or something and we just couldn't get out, and we got stuck. Actually, saying flying, I think we got stuck. One of us got stuck behind this door, behind these rocks, and one was on the other side that got through. I don't understand what happened. But yeah, I think that, you know, Anthem could have been something special. It didn't end up that way, and you know, it's gone to that gaming cemetery in the sky. Let's have a look. I'm not creative, face it, I'm not creative, so I'll just play what others make. You know, I want to do what I want to do is, because the video I made saying, you know, that with Portal and the logic editor you could make a tactical shooter, and I've looked into it, and anyone who had the chance to play the alpha, the technical test, even though we weren't able to, even though those people weren't able to play Portal as such, there was a lot more information, I'm sure, was given out about what you could do with the logic editor. And I'm telling you right now that you could make a tactical shooter. And yes, I understand that you might have to have some scripting knowledge on top of just the graphical knowledge you'll need for a logic editor. But yeah, definitely you will be able to make a tactical shooter with the game. Let's have a look. Right between Vanguard and its Warzone integration. Yeah, I've been. I was actually. I was finishing off my dinner. That's why I was slightly late for the stream tonight. And I was watching Simon B1471, Sai the Beast, or Sai Not the Beast. I'm not sure what he's called now. But I was watching him playing Vanguard, and it doesn't look good. I mean, Simon likes to rant about Call of Duty, but Vanguard doesn't look good. I saw Kyle KP playing the beta a while back, and it looked great. It looks downgraded now, and the sound engine is atrocious. I totally agree with him. You know, I seen him getting shot, and there was people stood right next to him, and you couldn't hear a thing. Don't know what's the problem with the sound engine, but you know, I haven't got any hopes for Vanguard, and it's getting slated by the community as we speak. But yeah, I don't get Vanguard, in all fairness. I'm going to play the beta tomorrow. Don't forget, everyone, if you want to try the beta for Call of Duty Vanguard, it's an open beta tomorrow. So anyway, casual folks will usually play Call of Duty if given the option. I think you're right. Chris, I forgot Anthem had a story. It was that good. You actually forgot it had a story. Just gonna have a sip. Cheers, everyone, and thanks for everyone that's watching the stream. Don't forget, if you want to win a copy of Battlefield 2042, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Just gonna have a sip of my beer. Oh, that was nice. That was really nice. It was Amstel. I bought a keg of Amstel for my beer machine. Don't know if you've seen it, Chris. I think I posted it on Twitter. My new beer machine. I'm obsessed with it. Let's have a look. Yeah, getting stuck in a body of water sounds like a setup for a mama joke. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it was a shame about Anthem. It ended up as a piece of shit. I've got to be straight. That's exactly what it was, and I had high hopes for it, in all fairness. Yeah, the caves are a nightmare. It took me 20 minutes to get out there. I think one of us, I was either watching you from the other side or you were watching me, because I remember watching the video back and I thought, fucking, either I'm trapped or Chris was trapped. It was a nightmare. Yeah, Vanguard is a mishmash of Modern Warfare 2019 and Sledgehammer stuff. Totally agree, because it's made on the same engine as Modern Warfare 2019, and obviously Sledgehammer, what can I say? Not really interested in it. I will play the beta because it's free, obviously, and you know, if it changes my mind, it changes my mind, because I bought the last two Call of Duty games. Really don't think I'm going to be buying this one. All my hopes are on Battlefield 2042, and I know I keep going on about it. I just think this is going to be something really special. I'll be really, really disappointed though if it goes tits up, because I have been hyping the game. I am hyped for the game, so fingers crossed that it's going to be something special. No interest, little joker, no interest whatsoever in Vanguard. I think with Vanguard integration in Warzone could be doomed. Yeah, but it seems to have survived because everyone hated on Cold War. So I don't know. Maybe it will survive, but I don't know how they're going to do it. I mean, you get away Cold War going against Modern Warfare guns, because, you know, they're both quite modern. But those two games, guns, weapons, you know, against World War II weapons, I don't know how they're going to integrate. I really don't know how they're going to do that. But apparently they're going to do it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll just be, you know, a different map. You know, people, if anyone's saying anything about Warzone, it's the lack of maps for the game. And I think that's where Battle Royale games get a bit lazy. I think there should be a lot more maps. Well, maybe it's not a lot more, but there should be a few maps that you can pick and choose for playing from. Let's have a look. The Pacific maps look straight up like Fortnite. I've not seen them, Chris. I've really not seen them. If it's like Fortnite, I want nothing to do with it. That game just... it just gets on my tits. I just can't be bothered with games like that. So I'm going to try the PC beta, since the PlayStation Alpha was pure trash. And Joker's totally agreeing with him. Yeah, I am gonna try the beta. I am gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna see if you know, I can like the game or not. If I can't, I can't. At this moment in time, I'm not buying the game, so it's going to take something, you know, drastic to make me change my mind. But from what I've seen, watching tonight, watching Cybe 1471 playing Vanguard, and it looks a mess. It really does look a mess. You go from one extreme to the other, because he was on one map and you could see nothing. I couldn't even see, like, I seen him get shot, and I couldn't even see the player that shot him. And then he ran into view, and then he was playing another map, and it was just so bright. It was unbelievable. There's no in between. There's no, you know, there's no point where, you know, it's a nice balance between both of them. It was either really dark or really bright. Again, not something I think I'm going to be interested in, Vanguard. But, like I say, I am going to play it. I wanted to talk tonight because, again, not just about games that are being delayed, and we ended up talking about Vanguard, but I wanted to talk about Portal a little bit again. So, obviously in Portal, they've got some iterations of the franchise in there. They've got Bad Company, they've got Battlefield 3, 1942, and 2042 in the game. I think they're missing a massive trick here. I think they should have Hardline in there, something from Hardline. Some of them maps were absolutely brilliant in Hardline. I'm a Hardline fan. I know there's people out there maybe is in the chat now, that just didn't like Hardline. I was a big Hardline fan, and I think they're missing something. Can you imagine the Nazis, the Germans, playing against robbers, or, you know, police playing against or fighting against modern infantry? I think they've missed a big chance there, but maybe it'll come later on in the game. There's no Battlefield 4 in there, but I can understand that. I can understand that they haven't got Battlefield 4 because, you know, Battlefield 2042 is supposed to be a follow-on from Battlefield 4, so I totally get that. But Hardline, and even, you know, if they put in 1942 in there, why don't they put Battlefield 1? I don't know, maybe it'll come. Maybe, you know, they'll include those games at a later date. So we'll have a look at the chat again. 14 gig for an alpha, only to consume 300 on full release. Yeah, I didn't know. Is it 14 gig? What are we getting in the alpha, actually? Sorry, alpha. What are we getting in? Does anyone know what we're getting in the beta for Vanguard? I'm not sure if you played it, Chris, but I've only seen 2 maps myself. So does anyone actually know what we're actually getting in Vanguard beta? Be nice to know. Christy, Vanguard should come with an SSD just to make room for the damn game. Totally right. Face it, a 69. The map in the desert was fun with the zip lines. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I liked Hardline as well. I was a big fan. I don't care what anyone says, and I've had arguments with people on Twitter about Hardline. I think it's a great game, and I think some of the maps, I mean, people forget Hardline, right? Okay, so people forget that some of the mechanics in Hardline they took onto other games. Now, before Hardline, you couldn't just stand next to a medic and then take health off him, or you couldn't take ammo off whoever was carrying ammo. But you can do that now. They took that off the game. It had a really stable release. Well, I think it did. I don't think I ever came across any problems with Hardline's release. And I think some of the maps were great. Museum, absolutely great map. And I think, you know, they make some of the maps that were in Hardline a little bit larger. Well, a lot larger, because Battlefield 2042 maps are immense. So I think, you know, they're missing something, or maybe, you know, they're going to put it later on in the game. But I would definitely put some of the Hardline maps in and include the Hardline models, players, etc, etc. So they might ship it with a 1 terabyte hard drive at this point to future-proof 100 gigabyte patches. Definitely. Little Joker, the Hardline story was horrible, but the multiplayer was fun. Hated the story in Hardline. Hated the story. I don't think I ever finished it. I got bored with it. But the actual game itself, yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. One Shot, how are you doing, mate? Nice to see you, Dave. Didn't watch the beta gameplay because I want to see it for myself, Chris says. Yeah, I just wanted to know what we actually get from the beta, in all fairness. Yeah, Dust Bowl, another one that, you know, if you made it, maybe it's double the size, might have to be 3 times the size. But yeah, I think there's some great maps in Battlefield Hardline. The most stable release for Battlefield was Battlefield 1. Absolutely epic game. I think, apart from just recently, I only ever played Battlefield 1 on the Xbox, because that's when I had the Xbox. I went from a PC gamer to a console gamer back to a PC gamer, and that's why I spent 2 years trying to support the console community when NWI had totally forgot about them. So let's have a look. Everything else has huge problems except Hardline with servers. You know, the problem with Hardline is there's no one in the fucking servers, and I'll stand by what I've always said. Battlefield Hardline only failed because it had Battlefield in the name. If that was just another game by DICE and EA called Hardline, it was cops and robbers, I think it would have been very successful. The mistake they made was putting Battlefield in the title. And I don't know if it was lazy. I don't know if maybe they didn't have anything that they wanted to put out. Maybe they could have put Battlefield 1 out and it just wasn't ready, so they had this game stockpiled. I don't know, but all I'm going to say is that I really enjoyed Battlefield Hardline. Gonna have another sip of my beer, and then I'm gonna pour some more out of my jug. I actually filled a jug full of beer. Oh, it's gone too frothy. Cheers, everyone. I didn't pour that really well, but cheers. Hope you're having a good night. So back to the chat. Let's have a look. Story more or less was a cops drama show, nothing special. Yeah, I didn't actually like the storyline in Hardline. That's the only negative that I'll probably say about the game. I think the gunplay was brilliant. A lot of people said they didn't like the gunplay in Battlefield Hardline. I thought it was great, and I thought the weapons were brilliant. Downtown was great. Also, fighting over the skyscraper was a lot of fun. Can you imagine that with the zip lines? That'd be absolute face sitter. Can you imagine? Staz, how you doing, mate? Face sitter. Can you imagine that with the zip lines that you're going to get in Battlefield 2042, and also the wingsuits? How cool would that be on that map if they could extend that map 2 or 3 times the size, leave it in the sort of same format? That'd be absolutely awesome. One for Hardline and one for everyone watching tonight. Yeah, one shot. Let's have a look. How did YouTube notice FKM? State of that head, and you used to own a fucking pub. I know. It's actually gone down now. It's because I poured it out of a jug, Dave. Yeah, I used to be a landlord of a pub. Dave actually worked behind the bar for a few times for me. Yeah, I know it was bad, but it came straight out of a jug, Dave, and I couldn't see it. So what are your views on delays? If it's done right, my personal views on game delays is that if it's done right, like Battlefield, they've delayed it, they've let people know why, they've let people know a completely new date, and I think that's the right way to do it. If it's not ready, it's not ready. Pissed off? Yeah, because I wanted to play it. I was getting hyped up to play it on the 22nd of October. It's now going to be now going to be the 19th of November. Don't know when the beta's going to be out. I'm sure we'll get news very shortly. Hopefully it'll be from DICE and EA, not from one of the leakers. The bad way to do it is how NWI and Insurgency Sandstorm did it. Said we are pulling the game from the Xbox store. Fuck yeah if you want a refund. And just say nothing after that apart from threatening people. And you lot are giving me shit about it. Didn't see anyone, taking up my offer to come and debate about what they are saying about NWI and Insurgency Sandstorm. I said I'd have an adult debate with you. You didn't come. So you know what? I'm just going to totally ignore you. I would have had a conversation with you, but I'm just going to totally ignore you. So, whatever you say on the next video, because there is going to be more, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm not even going to give you the time. If you can't make an effort to stand by what you've got to say, why should I? So anyway, back to the chat. So let's have a look. I've no issues. Yeah, definitely. I've no issues with Battlefield 2042 being slightly later than you said. And yes, I know they've had an extra year, and that's why I think it's going to be something really, really special. I know people are hyped. I know people are upset because the game has been delayed, but shit happens. I understand that. But if they're doing it in the right way, which I think they are, then I have no issue with it. Like say, if say for argument's sake, Battlefield, DICE and EA said, oh, we're delaying the game, And that was it. That's all they said. And then they just totally ignored everyone. And then they started threatening people. You talk about when this game is going to be released, and we're going to ban you, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. Talking to the community like a piece of shit. That's the wrong way to do it. And that's how NWI did it. And will I give up on it? Well, I fuck. Oh, 6th of October. Yeah, I heard it was October. I wasn't sure about a date, Chris. So the 6th of October. Yeah, decent. One Shot said there, Cyberpunk, good example, should never listen to the fans, but now look at it. And I know Dave has a good experience with Cyberpunk. And I know Chris T Gaming Zone, he was hyped to shit about Cyberpunk. But I don't know what your experience is like now, Chris. I think Dave... One Shot is having a great experience with it at the moment. But yeah, you know, maybe it's that game. Well, in fact, it was released too soon. It wasn't ready. And, you know, Dave has just said there, they shouldn't have listened to the fans. But again, it'd be nice to know how you and Chris are enjoying the game at the moment. Little Joker, just do it right and do it justice. If it takes longer, you do. So be it. Move then. We've too many terrible launches in gaming. Do you know why? Because they can get away with it. Because they can do it. Because companies are releasing games. They're taking your money off you, and that's why I always say don't pre-order a game. You know, I was so tempted to pre-order 2042, and the only time I'm going to pre-order that game is when I'm ready to give the giveaway. I probably won't even buy mine till I know it's out, and I want to play it on day release. So, you know, who am I kidding? I'll probably buy it just before it's going to be released. But yeah, I've totally given up on pre-ordering games. But I am so hyped for this game. Let's have a look. As a wise man once said, always have your expectations low so you won't be disappointed. That was decent, Chris. Where did that one come from? Let's have a look. Damn, God of War had a great story and characters. And another game that I've never played. People rave about God of War. I've never played it. I've actually never played it. One game that shocked me that I played a few years back was The Division. I thought that was a great game, and I can't play third-person shooters, but I really enjoyed that game, to be honest. Christy Gaming Zone says, I refuse to play Cyberpunk until it's playable. Apparently, I don't know, tell me if I'm right or wrong, Dave. You know, Dave said it's now playable. And Little Joke said, I'm the same way, Chris. One Shot, Dave. Cyberpunk 1.31 on PS5 is more than playable. It's near perfect. So, Chris, maybe get back on it. I think you've got both consoles, have you not, mate? Maybe give it another go and see what it's like. I haven't got the game. I did fancy the game, but I was gonna. It was one of those that I wasn't overly bothered about, so I could wait till the game was actually released. And then, obviously, there was a shitstorm when it released, so I never actually purchased the game. But you know, maybe it's something like Dave said after the last patch. It's nearly perfect, and that's a very big and bold statement there, Dave. Cyberpunk taught me a lesson for real, not pre-ordering anything anymore. That happened with me with Battlefield 5, Chris, because you know I pre-ordered it, then I refunded it, and then I bought EA Premium, EA Access Premium. And that's another thing. Does anyone know if Battlefield 2042 base game is coming with Origin? The Premium Origin Pro, I think it's Premium Pro now or something. Is it coming with it? Because I'm not actually over sure. I know Battlefield 5 came with it, and I thought it was a good deal. I think I paid 99 quid or 89 quid, and I actually got Battlefield 5 in it on the time of release. I don't know if Battlefield 2042, has anyone heard anything? Is it coming with Origin, the Pro version? I really don't know. Well, if you call a dead city when driving a car, yeah, it's playable. So if you played it then recently, Chris, maybe it's just the area you're in, because Dave's in Northern Ireland, so I don't know. Will an area make a difference? I actually don't know. Is there different versions? Is there a European one? Is there an Eastern European one? I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with that. Division was great. Played the heck out of it. Yeah, I loved it. I never played the Division 2. Was it Division 2? Yeah, I think there was. The Division, I played the shit out of it on the Xbox. I loved it. I played it over and over and over. That beer is so good. It's so refreshing. Face it, I love the setting of the Division 1. The snow was great. I thought that the overall game, it looked beautiful. I mean, it was downgraded to what the trailer and, you know, what they were showing us before the game was released. But I think it was a great game. I actually loved that game. I'm not very good. I'm a very mediocre player, I think, because I'm that old. My Twitch reactions are not very good. But the Division... there was a group of us that played it. I thought it was an epic game. I thought it was a great game. In fact, I'd probably go back and play that game again. Division 2 lost all charm for me. I never played it, Chris. I seen it and I thought I wanted the game, but I never actually played it. More Fuel to Fire was the Epic Games exclusivity. Oh, so it was exclusive to Epic Games. I actually didn't know that. I don't like all these different... game companies. That's why I'm a bit worried about World War 3. Don't know if anyone out there has played World War 3. I actually popped on the other day playing the original World War 3, because there is actually there was one server still going, and it was a lot more stable than it used to be, and I enjoyed that. But you know, My.Games not got the best reputation, and I don't want to be installing another third-party launcher just so I can play World War 3. I probably would do that, but it's not something I'm gonna enjoy. Let's have a look. I'd rather buy it on PlayStation than touching that disease. Yeah, I do on both Series X and PS5. Yeah, because apparently you can get them over there. Chris is from a little place called Moldova, and I remember I was trying to get an Xbox Series X, and he showed me this picture of a shop full of them. Apparently you could get them, but you couldn't get the PlayStation 5s, Chris, I believe. So anyway, so we've just gone over just an hour. I'm actually looking for some thoughts on videos that I could do, and don't forget, if you want to be in the chance of winning Battlefield 2042, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, I'm looking for some ideas for videos, because Battlefield's been delayed a bit, because a lot of my content coming up in the latter end of 2021 and probably the whole of 2022 will be concentrating on Battlefield 2042, and I hope you'll join me. If you know you're happy to turn crossplay on and you would like to get involved in at least one video a week with the subscribers, that'd be epic, and I'm sure we're gonna have a bit of a laugh doing that. The Series X now doesn't exist here, so they all ran out in the end, but we have tons of PS5s now. Yeah, I think they're actually coming back now, the latest generations of consoles, so hopefully people can get their hands on. They've waited long enough. But anyway, it's time for me to finish the stream tonight. We went from delayed games talking about Vanguard, and we ended up talking about consoles. But don't forget, if you've got any ideas for videos that I could possibly do, like I say, I'm at a bit of a loss at the moment, because I was going to do a lot concentrating on Battlefield 2042. But scalped a bit, plus $100. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's like over here. If you go on eBay for anywhere in the UK, you're going to pay £100 extra. What I hate most about the Division 2 was each mission was like 30 to 45 minutes, and the compounds were like an hour to an hour and a half. Made it impossible to grind. Yeah, that's one thing you really had to put up with. Like I say, I never played Division 2. Some of the things you had to do in the first division took an awful long time, going over and over and over again, doing the same mission. They brought out a new version on PS5, lighter and runs cooler. What was that? Brought out a new version of a PS5, lighter and runs cooler. Well, we'll have to look out for them. Don't forget, like I say, if you've got any ideas of videos you want me to do, don't forget to join the Discord. I'm sure you can find it. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you would like to win a copy of Battlefield 2042. So this is going to be me getting off now. We've done an hour and a bit. I'm out paintballing tomorrow, so I'll let you know how that goes. See if I come back with a lot of bruises. Never done paintball before, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'll probably let you know how that went. Anyway, stream's going to end. We've been on an hour and 10 minutes or so, but I really appreciate you joining me. Don't forget, next Friday we'll be doing a stream again, looking for more topics for videos. So anyway, this is Mr. Devlin, off and out.